Right? Once again, we want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakodash. I double honors to the apostles of great minister and rule well, peace and blessing, to the brothers that put this word in sincerity and in truth. Right? We have people that from Gms Trinidad. We out here once again to the spirit of our God, Ba'ashem Yahushai. Right? We are just blazing. The cameraman on week. Right? So what is right? This is 1 John chapter 2 and verse 15. It says, love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man loves the world, the love of the Father is not in him.
Yeah, because the way the world running right now, alright, is a materialistic way. Alright, is a polluted way. So once you love the things of this world, you basically are diverse to the will of the Most High. Alright, because the way the world running today is not in accordance to the Most High's will. They talk all kind of talk and they say, hey, the laws of the land is the laws of the Most High. But clearly you can see it's not. Alright, because the laws of the Most High, alright, doesn't recommend, alright, or doesn't accept that men be with men or women be with women, as the laws of the land does. Alright, so loving the world, loving this world, is enmity with the Most High.
That's right.
Alright, you gotta be different. That's what I did yesterday. Alright, you gotta be celestial minded. Alright, when you go into the word celestial, it's heavenly or divinity. Alright, you gotta have a divine or heavenly mindset. So think on the things above. You know, from Colossians chapter 3 and verse 1.
This is the book of John chapter 17 and 9. It says, I pray for them, I pray not for the world.
I pray for them, I pray not for the world. And that in itself also causes that John 3:16 false breakdown. Where they say God loves every single race of people. And just God loves everybody, no matter who you are. That's false. Because the Messiah himself here said, I pray for them, which is the elect, and not for the world.
That's right,
not for the 2/3. Not for these heathens. Alright? The elect, this is all about the elect being saved. This is not about anybody that come up and want to be a partaker of Israel. Nah. This is strictly for the nation of Israel. Alright? Can't sanctified ones. Go ahead. Yeah, I can.
This is the book of Colossians, chapter 3, verse 1. And it reads, if ye then be risen with the Mashiach, seek those things which are above.
Seek the things which are above. Alright? And it's only a spiritual minded man or a celestial minded man will do so. Alright? Seek the things above. But if you carnal minded, all you're thinking about is the things here, you will never seek the Most High. You far from reaching the Most High. Alright, because the scripture says the Most High is spirit, and they that worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth. And the vibration of this world is not spirituality.
Right,
it's carnality, materialistic. Alright? That's why the scripture says it's temporal. The things of this world are temporal.
Finish. Scripture goes on to read, well, the Mashiach sitteth on the right hand of Yahweh power.
Yeah, and that reason we be thinking because what the Lord told us, alright, that hey, you go to prepare a place for us. And when I come again, I receive you unto myself. That where I am, there you may be also. Right? Alright? So we the men of the hope for the elect, we hold on to that promise. Alright? Because the Most High is faithful. Alright? And Hebrews 10:23. Alright, and hey, as the scripture says in 2 Peter chapter 3, we're looking for and hasting unto that day. Alright, like I was talking to a tutor recently. He said, you see all the things in the world heading? You see all them wars and all kind of things? I said, alright, we know about these things. Alright, we see what happening. What are we supposed to do now? She said, pray. Alright, she said, pray. Now, she correct her point. Alright, but just pray. What are we going to pray for? The scripture said they shall seek peace. Alright, and that is exactly what the tutor wanted to pray for, peace. Alright? But we the men of the Lord, what we're praying for is for a few days. Alright? We praying for a few days. We're praying for these prophecies to come to pass quick, speedily. Alright, so that we can get hell out of this shithole. Alright, this hell.
That's right.
That piece of box.
This is Hebrews chapter 10, verse 23, and it reads, let us hold fast to the profession of our faith.
Hold fast. have a complete grasp of this word, this doctrine, this faith. Alright, there's not some men come in the truth and they just gave it a finger touch. They're sitting on the fence. Alright, they lukewarm. Most I know about that, you have to hold fast. Alright, and we have a reason why we hold it fast. Because the truth is spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, it resonates with our spirit. We know that the things that was said are going to come to pass. Go ahead.
Scripture going to say, "Or faith without wavering, for he is faithful that promised."
He is faithful that promised. So hey, if the Most High is faithful, we also must be faithful unto him. And that is why we come out here week in and week out and prophesy. Showing the Most High that we are trustworthy, we are faithful unto him. Alright? I got some notes on that.
So the book of 2nd Ezra chapter 2 and verses 10, starting from 10, it says, "Thus saith Yahweh unto Ezra, tell my people that I will give them the kingdom of Jerusalem, which I would have given unto Israel. Their glory also will I take unto me, and give these the everlasting tabernacle which I had prepared for them. It says, they shall have the tree of life for an ointment of sweet savor. They shall neither labor nor be weary. It says, go and ye shall receive. Pray for a few days unto you that they may be shortened. The kingdom is already prepared for you."
Watch. The kingdom is already prepared for you. Alright, and the kingdom coming not by observation, but the kingdom of heaven is within each and every one of the elect. Alright? And the kingdom of heaven being established today. Alright, but the scripture says for that you will work and work in our days that you two-thirds, you dumb Israelites wouldn't understand. Alright, so right now the kingdom of heaven is being prepared. Right before your very eyes. As I read in the precept before the camera was rolling, where they said they have eyes but see not. Alright, they can see this spiritual, this building that's taking place. Alright? For one of the water.
They speaking about peace. They pray for peace. This is the book of Jeremiah 30, starting from 5, it says, starting from 4, it says, "And these are the words of Yahweh, that Yahweh spake concerning Israel and concerning Judah. For thus said Yahweh, we have heard a voice of trembling and of fear and not peace."
And that is what coming. Alright, we hearing it. Right, because we are the ears to hear. Alright, Yahushua, he always used to say, those that have ears to hear, let them hear. Meaning they have that understanding, and we understand that there's some trembling times coming.
That's right,
Times where you women gonna be looking for a man of the Lord. Time where you men ain't gonna know what to do. Ain't gonna know where your strength coming from.
That's right.
Alright? Because you all didn't make the Lord your strength. You make material things your strength. Or some of you went to the gym and get biceps and triceps pumped up and thought that you were strong. But in that day you're gonna be trembling. Alright, the scripture says, "When the mighty men shall weep bitterly, shall cry bitterly." Alright, the time of martial law is coming. With you two sets out here, you all ain't prepared for that. You all ain't prepared for those concentration camps. Alright? You all ain't prepared for the hour of temptation. You all ain't prepared for Jacob's struggle. Alright, and for those that the America gonna bring into the army, they're gonna take up. Alright, you all ain't prepared for World War III. You're gonna die out.
It says, verse 6, it says, "Ask ye now, and see whether a man do travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins, as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned into paleness. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it."
None is like it. You never see anything like that before. Alright, you never experienced martial law before. Alright, you never experienced the enemy coming like a flood before. Alright, you never experienced great famine before. So that way the scripture says there's none like it. And ask and see whether a man will travail with trial. Because you men gonna be screaming You men gonna be crying.
That's right, that's
You men that think you're mighty and you're powerful in this earth because why you have about 10 dumb niggas underneath you pulling the strings. Alright, you so-called gang leaders. Alright, you so-called drug lords. You so-called government leaders. You're all gonna be in shit in that day.
That's
Alright,
right.
but the men of the Lord gonna be saved.
That's right, that's
They're
right.
gonna be sure, they're gonna be in peace. Alright? Because we know where our strength come from. Alright?
It says, alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it.
And the he there is the elect. Alright, because pertaining to Isaiah chapter 3 and verse 10, it says, say to the righteous man, it shall be well with him.
John 17, I read, say, I prefer God.
Pray not for the world. Alright, and that prayer, that pierced the clouds, because that is a humble man that said them prayers. Yahweh Shai, that made intercession for the elect. Alright? So the elect, most definitely in that, they're going to be safe. They're going to be secure. Alright?
This is Ezekiel 7 and 25. It says, destruction cometh, and they shall see peace, and they shall not be, and there shall be none.
Yeah, so all your march for peace, and your prayer nights for peace, and your peace campaigns, it's futile. Alright, because it's no peace coming. And that's the thing with you you pastors out there, you jakes, you dumb jakes, you're all out of timing. You're not in tune with what's taking place. When it's the time of destruction, you all want to pray for peace. When it's the time of peace, you all pray for destruction. You're just out of timing.
That's right, that's right.
Alright? Now is the time where there's going to be great destruction. The elements going to melt with fervent heat. The enemy going to come in like a flood. The cold water is going to overwhelm this place. Alright? So forget about praying for peace. Now is the time to pray for a few days. Time to pray. Now is the time to pray. Alright? For salvation. Alright? To the true Lord, the Yahweh Shai.
There's Nahum 1 verse 7, it says, start at verse 2, it says, the Most High is jealous, and the Lord will revenge it, and is furious. The Lord will take vengeance on his adversaries, and reserve it wrath for his enemies. The Lord is slow to anger and great in power, and will not at all acquit the wicked.
Yes, so we know for a fact that there's a day coming, alright, that these heathens, number one, alright, is going to be in captivity, alright, and that you 2/3 are going to be destroyed. But the Most High at all acquit the wicked. Is a day of judgment coming.
That's right.
And the Most High is jealous over his elect men. So the things that was done to us in slavery, the things that are currently being done unto the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians, alright, the Most High is jealous. And even when you 2/3 you go and worship idol gods, that makes the Most High jealous. Alright, because what the scripture says, I am married unto you. Alright, the Most High is married unto the nation of Israel. So worshiping a false god is spiritual adultery.
That's right, that's right.
Alright, somebody can get on Wisdom of Solomon 14:12. That's the first commandment, as the brother mentioned. Thou shalt not worship no other god but him. Alright?
This is Book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 14, verse 12. And it reads, For the devising of idols was the beginning of spiritual fornication.
Spiritual fornication. And fornication is any unlawful sexual act. So adultery falls under that. Alright, and when you devise these idols, like Jesus Christos, Jesus Christ, when you worship Jesus Christ, when you worship Allah, you worship Selassie, that is fornication. Alright, because the Most High Yahweh Ba'asham Yahweh Shai is your husband.
That's right, that's right.
Alright? Everything on Isaiah 1:16.
This is the book. Book of Deuteronomy 13, starting from 1. It says, if there arise among you a prophet or dreamer of dreams, giveth a sign or wonder, and the sign and the wonder come to pass where
Isaiah 54 verse 5, it says, for thy maker is thine husband, the hour of hosts is his name, and thy redeemer, the whole word of Israel, the God of the whole earth shall he be called.
So the scripture saying your maker is your husband. Alright, so it's not about coming out here on this earth and worshiping anybody you want. Alright, your maker is your husband. So you have to find out first now, who is my maker? Who is my God? Alright, somebody give us 2 Chronicles 15 and 3. Real quick, 2 Chronicles 15 and 3. Alright, because our people today, they're into deep idolatry and they don't even know it. Alright, that people out there worshiping Jesus Christ thinking that he's God. And people worshiping Allah thinking that that is God. People worshiping Selassie thinking that that is God. Alright, but that is not the true living power. Alright, go ahead.
Book of 2 Chronicles chapter 15 verse 3.
Go ahead.
It says, now for a long season Israel had been without the true power.
For a long season, Israel, you so-called blacks, Latinos and Native American Indians, you all make up the house of Israel. Alright, that's something you all don't even know. Alright? For a long season, you all have been without the true God. Because when you all came from those slave ships on this side, they gave you all new doctrines, they gave you all new philosophies. They took you all away from your heritage and gave you lies.
That's right.
Alright? Jesus is not God. The term Jesus, alright, any word with the suffix S-U-S is in relation to the Greek god Zeus. Alright? For example, Dionysus, wine of Zeus, Ephesus, daughter of Zeus, Pegasus, horse of Zeus. Alright? So Jesus, when they go into it, go back to Isus, which means hail Zeus.
That's right.
Alright, and we are not the Greeks. We are the Hebrews who worship the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Alright? Which name is Yahweh, and his son's name is Yahushai.
That's right.
Alright, which means Yahweh, he exists, or he is. And Yahushai means he is salvation, or he's deliverer. And we in that time right now, where the Lord Yahushai is going to come a second time to redeem his people, to save his people. Somebody can get Galatians 4 and 4. Alright, got a piece of that?
Book of Deuteronomy 30 and 6, it says, if thy brother, the son of thy mother, or the son of thy daughter, or the wife of thy bosom, or thy friend, which is as thine own soul, entice thee secretly, saying, let us go and serve other gods, which thou hast not known, thou nor thy fathers, namely of the gods of the people which are round about you, nigh unto you, near unto thee, or far off from thee, from the one end of the earth even unto the other end of the earth, thou shalt consent unto him, thou shalt not consent unto him, nor hearken unto him, neither shall...
You don't follow that nigga or that bitch. Alright, that telling you to come and worship another God. And firstly, alright, that person or that who you might seem as a close family relative, and tell you to come and worship that idol, that's not your family again. That person trying to kill you.
That's right.
Alright, that person trying to destroy you. That's why Yahushua, when he came, he made a circle small, 12 men, and he said, hey, this is my family. These men that do the will, that is my family.
That's right.
Alright, go ahead.
It says, thou shalt not consent unto him, nor hearken unto him, neither shall thy eyes pity him, neither shalt thou spare, neither shalt thou conceal it. It says, but thou shalt kill him. Thy hand shall be first upon him to put him to death, and afterwards the hands of all the people.
Yeah, so in that time, alright, the law, alright, was to kill that nigga or that bitch. Alright, but now what we do, we lock them off. Just lock them off. Stay far away from them. Because why? This is not our kingdom. If it is, we are supposed to really actually exercise true judgment in this place that ruled by Esau, we'll be in jail.
That's right, that's right.
And that would be a wise thing to do.
God.
That's why the Lord, he came and said what? I send you among wolves.
God.
Alright, be wise as serpents, harmless as doves. Alright, the Lord also came and applied that grace system. Alright, which he showed when the woman, the adulterous woman, was presented before him, and he saved her from being put to death. Alright, the law was that she was supposed to die that very said day. But Yahushua applied that grace. And he told her at the end, don't forget this part, because that what many of you you Christians, that what many of you so-called Bible scholars forget. He told her, go and sin no more. Alright, and sin can. Alright, and sin is the transgression of the Most High's laws.
Can.
So we telling her, hey, go and keep the laws. Like we telling her to do still. Go and keep the laws. Go break the laws. So the Lord didn't come and abolish the laws. He applied that grace.
That's
alright?
Before you were saying, don't do that no more, don't kill. And but I mean, really true. I can get lucky. I come like it day. Because that's why there's all this scope. And there's go mad after your cast out. After you cast out that man out of GMS over the cases. And he just took that scope. It meant he just turned mentally dead.
Can.
Matthew 5:17, it says, take not and come to destroy the law or the prophets. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill.
Right, and the law and the prophets, what plenty people don't know. Alright, the law and the prophets. Why did he say, I came not to destroy the law and the prophets? The law and the prophets is the Tanakh, the Old Testament.
That's
alright,
right.
which is an acronym. The Tanakh is an acronym, alright, for the laws, the prophets, and the writings.
That's right.
Alright, he's saying, hey, I ain't come to destroy the Old Testament. Alright, but I came to fulfill that which was written of me in the Old Testament.
That's
when they read
right.
in Psalms, there was things written of him. When they read in Isaiah from the prophets, there were things written of him. So that is what he came to do.
Done.
Because the law was a man that kept the law. Alright? He was circumcised the 8th day. His parents also kept the law. Alright?
Can.
He went daily in the synagogues on the Sabbath day to keep the Sabbath, to read out the laws.
When I was sitting down stepping in Matthew 3, yeah, he was quoting something from scriptures from the Old Testament.
Can.
Next piece of idolatry. Idolatry get Deuteronomy 32.
This is the book of Deuteronomy 6, chapter 32, verse 6. Deuteronomy 32 and verse 6. It says, do ye thus requite the Lord, requite Yahweh, O foolish people, and unwise, is not thy father, is not he thy father that hath brought thee, had he that made thee and established thee?
Yeah, that is that question. Had the Most High not made you and brought you? When it is you so-called black check your history, alright? When they come to the knowledge and they read the scriptures concerning the ancient prophets, your forefathers, you will see clearly that the Most High is the one that made us and that guided us and took us from among these heathens. Alright? Each and every captivity that we were in, he took us from out of the Egyptians' hands, these Assyrians. Alright? And so is he going to take us out of these Edomites' hands today.
That's right.
Alright? What's up, more?
It says, Deuteronomy 32 and 6. Verse 7 says, remember the day of old, consider the years, many generations. Ask thy fathers, and he will show thee, thy elders, and they will tell thee.
Right, so, but really and truly now, alright, growing up in this world, our fathers, the scripture say they have inherited lies. So what the Most High did, he opened a book of remembrance unto us. Alright, the scripture also says, but in the land of their captivity, in Baruch chapter 4, in the land of their captivity, they shall remember themselves.
That's right.
Alright, so now it's a time where we're remembering the Most High, remembering the stuff that he did for us.
Done.
Remember, most importantly, his name. Alright, so now we have the formula for salvation.
That's right.
Alright, go ahead.
Right? It says, verse 8, it says, when the Most High divided the nation, the inheritance when he separated the sons of Adam, he set the bounds of the people according to the number of the